All right, what's going on, everybody? We are day whatever we are into 100 Days of Awesome Live Edition. I started keeping track and I keep forgetting. But I've got a fantastic guest tonight. His name is Donnell Johns, and he's a retired Army Sergeant Major and also the co-founder of Veterans Grow America. And we're going to talk about some exciting things, a little bit about his career, what he's done, who he is, what he did when he got out, how he's growing Veteran Grows America, and also an upcoming event they've got. So without further ado, what's going on, Donnell?
What's going on? Matt, first of all, thank you for allowing me to be here. Um, I right before I came on, my wife had to take the shaving cream out of my hand because I didn't want you to have the mohawk on here by yourself, and so I was going to shave it, but I didn't have enough time. But
Oh,
I'm happy to be on. I'm happy to be here with you.
that would have been epic. I'm not gonna lie. You probably would have stunned me into submission had you showed up with a mohawk. Especially since we spoke this morning, I would have been like way shocked.
Right.
Yeah.
My
So
head is so big, it'll look crazy. It'd be like this big old head with I don't know, but
so
I'm
funny.
happy to try it.
Funny enough, my head looks bigger without the mohawk than it does with the mohawk. The mohawk kind of streamlines it a little bit. Without it, I just look like a pumpkin head. So, hey, what's going on, Gabe? We got Gabe Leal joining us. Good dude, does a bunch of lives. I'm about to send you a link, so we're going to do live with Gabe's coming up soon. Doing well this evening. How are you doing? He's asking you, Donnell. How you doing?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. And thank you for tuning in, Gabe.
Yeah, excited. So, Donnell, who's Donnell? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Man, who am I? I'm just I'm a guy. I served for 26 years, and like you said, I retired as a command sergeant major. But at the same time, I'm just a humble guy. Loving people, and that's how I made it to that rank. Is I just love people and love taking care of people. And I looked at in the Army we called Command Sergeant Major CSM, and I like the acronym because I used it as customer service manager because I realized that if I took care of my customer, they would take care of me, and we could all win. So after service, I started a business. I started a leadership consulting firm, and I realized, it was hard out here doing business by yourself. Um, and it was really lonely, after, serving in the military, having a team of individuals. It was lonely out here by yourself and not having a team. And there was no real environment where, we had a community of veteran entrepreneurs. And so I wanted to start that community. And so Donnell I like to call myself a cool guy. I think I'm cool, but some people don't. I'm just a collaborator, loving to connect and collaborate with people.
That's awesome. So this thing you kind of co-founded,
Mhm.
Veterans Grow America. What is that?
So Veterans Grow America is a forum to spotlight veteran and military spouse entrepreneurs. It's really to show America a different view of our community. What I mean by that is I want people to see us as leaders. I want to see us as human beings.
Mm.
I want them to see us as entrepreneurs. I want them to see the value of the military community in so many different ways. I mean, as an E4 in the military, you have, 5 to 7, maybe 10 people under you and thousands and millions of dollars worth of equipment. And then when you get out, they want you to stack shelves somewhere, and
Mhm.
I want people to really see us as leaders, and that's why I showcase entrepreneurs because they're seen as leaders in our community. And so Veterans Grow America is an organization that really spotlights veterans and entrepreneurs through technology.
That's
And
incredible.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that, and I love the pieces you talked about as your command sergeant major and how you got there because of your love of people and what you did with that when you got out. Of hey, I can do this, and you can be successful, or you can also help other people be successful as well and bring that community. And we got a Gabe telling you thanks for your service, and I love the drive and community aspects of your personality. He also said I can also have a pumpkin head since it's Halloween season. Thanks, Gabe, for looking out, man. Appreciate it. Keeping it real, of course.
I like Gabe already because you know what? If you can't have fun in life, people take life too seriously. We got to have fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, and part of Veterans Grow America is you have these events that kind of like pop-ups all across the country on base to help veterans sell their product, what they're doing. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So back in 2020 during the pandemic, um, the Rosie Network actually connected us with the Army and Air Force Exchange, and we did our first veteran business pop-up at Fort Belvoir. And at that event, I believe we had 15 or 20 entrepreneurs there. And it was really cool because these entrepreneurs had items that, you couldn't buy in a PX. And they had unique items. We had a popcorn guy. This guy, his popcorn is delicious. Have you ever had jerk chicken popcorn before?
No.
He has jerk chicken popcorn. He has some popcorn. It's lemon. I think it's like lemon meringue pie or something like that.
Huh.
I mean, his popcorn is absolutely delicious. We had Kurt Ballish from Ballish Woodworks. When this guy describes what he can do with his wood, it's amazing. He was telling about how his cutting board self-heals. I'm like, how does a cutting board self-heals? He says the way that he cuts it and puts it together, it lasts longer. And it's a ton of different, businesses like that where you can get a quality product, goods and services from, our community that will last you long and that you'll have fun, doing.
That's incredible. That's both incredible on the way of not only are you helping organizations and companies sell their product, but you're getting them on base and helping them sell back to their community. And so it's that circle of life where vets are helping vets and families helping families. I love that.
The even cooler part is this is a place where they used to shop when they were in uniform. And it's really bringing them full circle back home from buying items off the shelf during basic training and job training. And then when you made it to your unit, to having your stuff one day possibly being on that shelf and selling in the Army and Air Force Exchange.
Yeah, that's an incredible circle of life for sure. And I like how you say they used to buy things there. I mean, any E4, E3, E2 that I knew that bought stuff at the PX, they were usually buying all the Xboxes and TVs.
Right.
So maybe instead of blowing their paycheck, maybe they have an opportunity to make a bigger paycheck.
Absolutely.
This time. So that's awesome. So you have a partnership with AAFES. Do you guys do other things in VGA, or is it just the pop-up shop type of thing, or are there other components of what you guys do?
No, it's several components of what we do. So we do a networking event called Veterans Connect, where we bring veterans together to communicate and collaborate with each other. And we partner with, local and state companies that can, help people get jobs and all kind of stuff. It's about, collaboration all throughout. In addition to that, we also tap into the veterans that are out there in the service industry to help these veteran and entrepreneurs learn more about, how to grow. I mean, we got tax professionals, we have coaches, we have a ton of different people that within our community to help us grow. So we do a lot within Veterans Grow America.
That's incredible. And it sounds like you really, there's a lot of organizations and Rosie Networks, one of them, that can kind of help you create and build your business. But it sounds like you guys really take that real world application and give them a chance to actually do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the cool part about what we do is there's a huge difference between tactics and execution of tactics. And, we learn both of those. We learn to plan in the military and we learn to execute those plans. And 90% of the time, those plans go out the window as soon as you start executing. In my business plan had me making $30,000 the third month that I was in business. I didn't hit that in my third month. But, that plan was grand. But, as soon as I started doing business, I was like, oh man, where do I find my first customer? And that's the cool thing about, veterans being a part of Veterans Grow America, is that we connect them with customers. And we also connect them with individuals that are on the same path as them, so they can collaborate and grow their business. So it's a great community to be a part of. It's like family.
That's fantastic. How do people get to be a part of this community? What are the qualifications to be in this crew?
So the first qualification is you have to be a veteran, military spouse. You could also be in the National Guard or Reserves, the Coast Guard, and you could also be a military dependent with an ID card. Unfortunately, if you don't have an ID card no more, you can't be a part of the community. However, if you do have an ID card and you have a business, we allow you to participate in our event. In fact, our event, not the last event, but 2 events ago at Fort Belvoir, we had a father and son selling products, at their booth, which was amazing.
That's incredible. That's fantastic. And did you mention your next event yet? I can't remember if I asked that.
No, we didn't mention our next event. So our next event is October 16th. And it's at Fort Meade. It's from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We have 22 veteran and military spouse-owned businesses that are going to be there. A cool thing is we're also going to have Street Shares is doing an entrepreneur challenge. So it's the Military Entrepreneur Challenge. And they're going to announce the finalists at lunchtime. And so Google Military Entrepreneur Challenge. I believe the challenge closes on October 12th. And then October 16th at our event, they're going to announce the finalists at that event. So it's going to be amazing. We're going to have door prizes. So every hour on an hour, we're going to have door prizes and all kind of cool stuff. So we hope, to have it. Say again?
I was just say that's fantastic. That sounds like
it's going to be a great event.
That's excellent. And there's even a rumor going around that some crazy guy with a mohawk might even show up. So you never know.
That crazy guy with a mohawk, wasn't you on the front of a NASCAR or something like that?
Yeah. Ideally, I'd be showing up in our bus or with the car, but that's not probably going to happen in a week because we're doing that. But there might be something that draws some attention related to that. But yeah, you're now you're making my head bigger by talking about how big it was on the car.
Well, I'm just going to tell the audience that they have to come out here. They have to come out and see what the Mohawk is going to do at the event. I can't wait. I don't even know.
It's going to be a party, that's for sure. So we've got Gabe's throwing us all kinds of love today. He says, this is a question for you, Donnell. So do you think because you were in the military, has it helped you establish your focus and accomplish your goals?
Absolutely. The thing that helped me most about being in the military is I really understand, about goals and planning and how to really communicate, with the individuals in between that in order to achieve my goal, and how to collaborate with individuals to achieve my goal. And so the military really helped me with that. It's cool that our community is all about collaboration. That's what we're taught, from being a lower enlisted all the way to, the highest level, is that we got to collaborate with each other and help each other grow. And so everything that I learned in the military, I just translated over to the civilian sector and use it.
That's incredible. And it sounds like that's what you've even done with VGA is you actually help those. We all have that different experience in the military with leadership and stuff like that. It sounds like you guys kind of come together and help each other learn what the other one didn't learn from each other.
Absolutely. It's so cool to see. At our last event down at Joint Base Charleston, we had a vendor. This guy is CW Dressing. He sells dressings made from dates. He collaborated with a guy that's going to be at this event. He sells a waterless toothpaste. So yes, a waterless toothpaste. You take the toothpaste. It's not toothpaste, but it's a toothpaste powder. You put it in your mouth and you swish it around, and it actually cleans your mouth. And it works really well. Well, anyway, he introduced him to the contacts to help him get his stuff into MREs. And so hopefully one day soon, he's going to be in MREs just by the connection and the collaboration of 2 veteran entrepreneurs.
Wait, so you're telling me that something that tastes good might actually be in an MRE?
Hey. Yes, absolutely it will be.
That's awesome. No, that's fantastic. And that's the community. That's what I've loved about VGA since we recently met a few weeks ago, is that when you get out of the military, whether you go on to be an entrepreneur, you get a job somewhere, you kind of miss that family, that bond, that community bond that we all have. And so hearing that you guys are doing that from a business perspective and a personal perspective is just incredible. And how do people you talked about the qualifications to be on. How can people register? Do they just go to your site? How do they find you?
So there's two ways. Number one, if you want to be a vendor at one of our events, you go to our website, and it's veteransgrowamerica.com/AFES. And there's two ways that you can do it. You could actually register for that event, or you could apply for future events on our webpage. Also, find us through Facebook. We have a Facebook group, Veterans Grow America Facebook group, where we put a lot of great resources in there. That group is dynamic. We have, I think, about 600 plus members in that group that constantly support each other. In addition to that, we're on every platform: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We're not on Twitter. We're not on Twitter, and we're not on TikTok. I'm just not old enough to do any TikToks yet. I can't wait. You know what? I want to do some TikToks. I may do some TikToks.
Donnell, I don't know if we've talked about this, but my wife, she's quite the TikToker, and not just the consumer, but that's what she does for her business. And she has a lot of clients that come from TikTok. And so I think you definitely need to collaborate and get Donnell doing some TikToks.
See, that's what I'm talking about. She need to teach me how to do some TikToks, because I don't know what to do, but I'll do it. I know I can put my hand different places and stuff show up. How do you do that?
the different TikTok dances you can like. So funny enough, she doesn't do any of that. She actually helps home builders display their homes through TikTok. So she's got, I think, 160,000 followers now, and it's all homes. It's all houses. Wow. So it's house tours. And then recently what happened was there's a huge, you remember Sims, the video game? So there's a huge Sims gathering on TikTok, and they're taking her homes that she's showing and turning them into actual Sims homes in the game.
Wow.
And then she goes and then makes videos about those virtual homes. And so it's crazy what TikTok to our generations is like, but like it is the future. The TikTok gets more views than or more screen time per day than YouTube now. Wow. It's averaging 82 minutes per user a day for screen time. And if you break that down, it's actually like TikTok videos, the longest is only 3 minutes. Most of them are 7 to 30 seconds. And so the amount of content people are consuming, if you're not on TikTok, I talk about this all the time. If you're not on TikTok, you need to get yourself on TikTok. And I think Veterans Grow America, there's a ton of vets on there. There's a ton. Oh, there's this active duty Army Sergeant Major. I'll send you the link. He's hilarious. He has motivational stuff. He's got funny stuff. And he's the Sergeant Major of TikTok is what he calls himself.
You know what, Matt, I don't believe you. Sergeant Majors are not funny. You must be false flagging.
It's funny. It's funny to military only.
Okay,
it's not
okay.
There is no smiling at all, but it's funny because you know what sergeant majors are like, and that's why it's funny.
I got to check that out. I have to see that.
Yeah, and he's got some really cool motivational stuff too. It's just really cool to see different military folks use that as their platform. Maybe and as my wife is a mil spouse, maybe she needs to get plugged into VGA so she can help some of those veteran businesses jump into the TikTok world.
No, that. You know what? We need to have TikTok 101 on how to, because what I see when you go on there is they really have their call to action down packed. I mean, it makes me want to sign up every last one of them and be like, "Hey, follow me for more." And I'm like, I think I'm following too many people now. I can't.
It's crazy how the brain works. It's that psychology. Like if you don't say follow me for more, your follow rate goes down way percentage. And so it is great. It's funny you called that out because TikTok's not social media. It's successful. It came from Snapchat started it, giving people control with all their filters and stuff. And the reason TikTok just blew up is because it made everyone a videographer. It's not just people posting videos like on YouTube's been around for years, but you had to go edit them. You had to get software. You had to know how. Now TikTok, it's got all of it built in. And that's why it's blowing up, is because it's giving anyone the ability to be a videographer. It's giving anyone the ability to be a creator. And we'll definitely have to get Lindy. Lindy, you're doing a TikTok 101 for VGA coming up. Okay. She says, okay.
Yeah. Don't break nothing.
Don't break. We can hear you dropping stuff in the kitchen. No, and I think that's a great place for your guys' organizations to start to understand, because as you guys said, you're everywhere. You're on every platform. That's where the world is. It's getting those companies out there. That's why I do these lives. That's why I'm doing this 100 Days of Awesome live edition this year. And that's why I do the podcast and everything, is because people consume content. And as I think it's important for veterans to really, when you're active duty, you're kind of like, especially in my roles, it was like, don't put anything online. Don't talk about anything. But then now it's like, no, you've got to. John Wayne Mullins, are you trying to join the TikTok class, or are you trying to join this live? Because I can make both of those happen, depending on which one you're asking.
Can he join too?
Yeah.
Yes, and yes, but I don't know what you're talking about.
So I think probably all of it. Probably VGA. Probably John Wayne's a good friend of mine. He probably wants to be a part of all of it because he's an awesome dude. But yeah, so what are a couple more questions before we go?
Okay.
Did young E4, E4 in the Army, what's that? Specialist, corporal?
Yeah, specialist.
Could you ever imagine doing what you're doing now?
No, not at all. First of all, I didn't even know I was going to make E5. In fact, E5 was one of those things that was, I was like, when I got promoted, it just kind of blew me away. I thought that, that was the beginning and the end of my career. That was the highest rank that I was going to make. But no, I could have never imagined where I'm at today. And it's, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. And the military, I picked the right job when I was in. And then when I left the military, I picked the right job. And if I get to hang around cool people on a daily basis, it's not work. I get to hang out with cool people like you. And I get to hear your story. And then I get to help you share your story with a community, that's never heard it before. And they've never seen us in this capacity, I was just tired of hearing, all of the sad stories that are coming out of our community. And I really wanted to see positive stories, that people can see and go, you know what? Hey, being a veteran is pretty cool. And maybe this is something that I ought to do, and it could enhance my life and it can make me better. And then the civilian community be like, support us more in more positive ways.
That's incredible. It's fantastic. And it's what we need. I love in the beginning, you talked about how there's so much attention that goes to the PTSD and to the mental health. And that's what's needed. It is really needed,
right? But
there's so many vets out there doing so many great things, and having your organization, and we might have John Wayne Mullins join us here. Look at that. See, we're using that super connector power and just connecting all these awesome people. You good if we bring them in? I mean, you Absolutely. Say no. All right, John, you're coming in with us. Here we go. There we go. What's up, John? Can you hear us? Maybe he's too busy on his TikTok.
He's recording a TikTok right now. What's going on, John? How you doing?
I don't know if he knows he's here.
No, I don't think he knows he's here.
John, we can all see you. Can you hear and see us?
Blink 4 times if you could see us.
Well, we'll see if he joins here in a second, but we do got a couple comments. Good evening, Mohawk from beautiful SoCal. What's up, Grace? And then Roy Nanku here has got a great comment. It's amazing to see veterans who are completely self-aware of the very transferable skills they attribute after hanging up the uniform and entering into the private and commercial sector.
Absolutely.
That's
We
awesome.
have so much to offer as a community. I just think the world needs to see it, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And Roy's a great person that could be a part of VGA. And that's why I wanted to have you on here when we were talking this morning, because I think just about everybody that's commented is either a vet or vet associated. So we're just connecting all of us together. John, you there now?
You're probably going to have to message him in Messenger on LinkedIn or something like that to let him know he's here.
Well, that's how he got the link from me. Can you hear us? Let's see, can you hear us, John? Oh. That's all right. We'll just have him awkwardly respond to the screen. Oh, he's good.
I can hear you.
There we go.
What's up, John?
Meet Donnell.
What's up, guy? Hey, Donnell. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing.
Yeah, I didn't mean to jump in.
Why did you want to join this, John?
I wanted to join the TikTok class with the wife, because I don't know anything about it.
No, TikTok is amazing. I just wish I knew how to do it. Like John said, I want to really learn how to do it to inspire people, you know, because business is everywhere, and everything can be a business now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Going live is a business. People, like I just built a new class that I'm about to release that teaches people how to go live.
Really?
Yeah.
So I heard that you have to apply to go live on LinkedIn. Is that true?
So on LinkedIn, yes. John's a live guy himself. John, how long did it take you to get live with LinkedIn?
One time.
What the hell?
But I found out the reason likely is because I was posting regularly already, and they factored that into their decision making. So I was doing like videos, but I was recording them and then uploading them. And so I think because, I'm very loud right now. I think that's probably why.
Well, I still think it's ridiculous, because I was doing the same. I was posting all the time, video all the time, and it took me like 5 months of requesting every 16 days. I have a whole log of times that I kept getting denied. Must be the Mohawk. I think they just couldn't take it yet. They weren't ready.
They weren't ready for it.
So, John, are you located in the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area?
Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach. Oh, yeah. You could drive up. You can come check us out on Saturday. Not this Saturday, of course. Next Saturday.
The 16th.
Veteran Business Expo, October 16th.
Man, it's my drill weekend next weekend. I'm still in the reserves.
Really? The Army, Navy, Marines?
Keep going.
Is there another one?
Keep going.
Coast Guard?
There you go.
Coast Guard has reserves? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
That's
We're small but mighty.
Well, that's awesome.
Last time I checked, I think there's only about 5,000 of us.
Wow.
Yeah, we're pretty small.
So what do you do? What do you do in the?
Well, now I'm actually at an Intel. I'm at an Intel command.
Nice.
But I really don't do Intel. My unit found out what I do on the outside for my personal job, which is facilitation. I'm a leadership coach and speaker. And they said, hey, will you do our command climate study? And so I've been doing change management, working with the chief's mess, and doing focus groups for the past year, trying to make some changes within the unit from a leadership perspective.
Very nice. You're speaking my language. I also do leadership training.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's something that unfortunately, I think there's a big need for people with the skills like you and what Matt offered, because inside the military, I don't know, like if I wasn't available at my command, if I didn't offer this to my command, I don't know where that command would go to get help to make the necessary changes that's going on or they're seeing on the command climate survey. I mean, yeah, you can go to like the I don't even know. I don't know who manages it, but they was just like, hey, we'll allow you to drill and do this for us because you're helping us out. So I was like, hey, it's a win-win.
Very nice, very nice. So do you have a leadership consulting business?
Yeah, I do. I used to do it inside the government, like Matt, and I did that for 5 years inside the DC Beltway, and got my taste, and didn't like the taste of the Kool-Aid, so I bolted. And I left DC in 2018 and started my business down here in Virginia Beach. Yeah, it's been 3 years ago.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
See, and that's why I brought in John. One, because I'm crazy and I do all kinds of things when I go live. But two, is just because you guys both do similar things. And then boom, now doing what I do, doing what you do, doing what John does, connecting each other together. Now John can be a member of the VGA and just bam, bam, helping each other out.
Absolutely, and that's what we're all about here at VGA is building a community, collaborating, and then showcasing ourselves to the community. And I'm excited about our event October 16th at Fort Meade, and I can't wait, for the number of people that come out and support. Man, it's gonna be amazing.
That's great. I wish I could come.
Did I tell you, Donnell, that's where I went to the schoolhouse to learn photography as a Marine?
Really?
Yeah, I was at the Defense Information School over there on Fort Meade, which I still don't understand why they decided to put photojournalism school next to the NSA. Doesn't make sense to me.
Right,
we used to get in trouble all the time because you push us and we're going to go try to take pictures of the NSA because we're idiots.
So do you still break out your camera every now and then?
Oh, yeah. I mean, now I do more on my phone because I just have it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But like I just ended up doing a photography job on accident last week when I was in Austin.
Wow.
And so, but it's just, again, with my phone. But again, photography, for those that do it, it's really, yeah, you can do a lot with the camera, but the camera's not doing anything. It's the person that knows, it's the brain, it's how you shape it up. And but these days I've been leaning more into like the video stuff and the video creation and the kind of that broadcasting style, man on the street stuff that I do that you're going to see a bunch of. I'm not going to be at the event long at Fort Meade, but trust me, I'm going to get a whole bunch of content, and it's going to be awesome.
That's what we're looking for is to really be able to tell a story in a positive perspective from different perspectives, and just to see and capture everybody having a good time together. That's the story that I want people to see. Fantastic.
Definitely. We got another comment here before we go today. I'm cutting off John's face, but he's used to it. From Roy again. I'm a huge fan of the industry best practices and the professionals to bolster the capacity of the military to share an art of what possible can look like. You can only do so much when you're running 3 miles, shoot, and swim. So I know Roy's a big fan of the transition and how vets use those skills on the outside. So I'm going to ask that question before we go here, since you're both on here. What is, Donnell, can't be similar to your answer from before for Gabe. So I'll ask John first. What is the skill that you use most that you gained from the military?
Well, I was never shy about networking when I was inside from the time I made chief, I was all about like building that community. I didn't really realize how important that skill was until I really got out, because my first year in business, I went to just about every Chamber of Commerce meeting and just like network. I went to BNIs, I went to all these networking because it's so valuable. So yeah, networking is huge.
There you go. Thanks for that, Donnell.
My favorite skill, in the military, we get this thing called a leader book. And in that leader book, you got to know everything about your people. And you have to build a relationship with your people and understand not only what's going on with them, but what's going on with their families. And I realized that same resource works very well in building relationships with those individuals that you work with on the outside. And I use that skill often with building relationships with people, because I realized that business is about collaborating and building relationships and understanding people at the familiar level, and when you have that relationship with people, it opens so many doors for you and them. And like, I know who your wife is, I haven't met her in person, but I met your wife, through Zoom, and just to really understand who you are and the relationship between you and your family and how much you guys care about each other and how you guys you and your wife collaborate a lot together, which is cool. And I just I like learning that stuff about people.
That's awesome. That's incredible. And I love that way to tie that into that relationship networking, ties to what John was saying, but kind of a different perspective. I really like that.
It's so many things that we've learned. I think people think in the military that we're some type of robot or something like that. They forget that we're human beings, and we had to go through basic training to learn the basic skills of the military. But we're still human beings. We still got a job to do. We still have a 9-to-5 job to do on a daily basis. The cool thing that we get to learn is, at least in the Army, we have to go to a school to learn how to be a leader at that level. And then we have to apply those skills once we come back from that school. And our job is to make sure that our people are successful and to make sure that they shine. And that's what we do in VGA is we really practice promoting other people. That's your job as a leader, is to get your people promoted. And so that's what we do in VGA is we promote our people. And by promoting our people, we attract more people to, shop and do stuff with them.
That's awesome.
And so I like to call it the triple win. They win, we win, and our customers win. You're talking on mute.
Of course I am. Somebody's got to, at least once. So that's fantastic. I really love that. And we're going to roll. John, I'm going to pull you off screen, but don't go away real quick. I want you two to meet real fast. But we'll let Donnell close us out one more time, Donnell. So you guys got an event coming up.
Yes.
For VGA. Give us the details one more time.
So come out and see us. We're going to have 22 veteran and military spouse entrepreneurs at Fort Meade, Maryland, October 16th. If you want to go to the event, you can either go on Eventbrite and type in Veteran Business Expo. You can go on Google and type in Veteran Business Expo, and our events will come up. You could also go to our website, veteransgrowamerica.com/AAFES, AAFES, and that'll take you there. It'll click on our website, and it'll take you to Eventbrite to get a ticket to come. You don't need a ticket to come. You could just show up and, just be prepared to have a good time, because that's what we're all about.
Definitely. You do say that you don't need a ticket, but you do need base access, correct?
Yes. So if you don't have a DOD ID card, you won't be able, you don't need a DOD ID card to get on base. Well, actually, you do need a DOD ID card to get on base, but if you can't get on base, let us know. You could either email me, Donnell, at veteransgrowamerica.com, and me and my team can connect you with a way to get on base. But for the most part, if you have a DOD ID card or a veteran ID card or a veteran health ID card or two forms of ID, you can come on and you can shop with us.
There you go. Well, and I want to pull one thread on that. For those veterans out there that don't know that they recently opened up within the last year or two, I think it is, that all vets can shop at the commissary and shop at the on-base stores. Mm-hmm. If you don't know that, you need to go check that out. And maybe I have a buddy that helps run that program. I'll have him on a future live show because that's a way that any vet can get that base ID back, and so they can shop at those stores anytime. I mean, I don't think they can get that ID in a week for your event, but they should reach out to you. But in the future, all vets have that access.
Yes, to shop it'll save you $1 per item by shopping in the commissary. So
yeah, that's the way to go. Well, Donnell, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on, allowing me to talk to your audience and just to hang out with you.
Definitely. It's been fun. And Donnell, don't hang up.
Okay.
I'll pull you off real quick. Thanks for everyone tuning in for this, whatever day it is, 100 days of awesome live. As you can see, I'm getting the ball rolling, having more guests on. John Wayne's going to be one of them coming up soon. We've already talked about it. So have a good night. Be awesome. Be the reason someone has an awesome day. And gents, don't hang up. Everybody else, have a great day. See ya.